Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is the fifth try. I don't know what I said the other times, and I'm not sure what to say now. I just hope this does something. Every time I quit and take it down, there's nothing there. I don't know what I'm doing. Thought I knew how to do this, but I don't know. Or there's a lot of gremlins in here, one. Anyway, today is the day before Mother's Day. And I want to wish y'all a happy Mother's Day, and I hope y'all have a very nice day. We are planning to have a good day. I called one of the girls a few weeks ago, and I said, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that if y'all can, and it works out for y'all, I want y'all to come home and bring food. I don't want presents. I just want your presence here with food. So that's what they plan to do, and we're going to be happy to see everybody here, the ones who can come anyway. So we have had a good bit of bad weather lately. One reason why I haven't tried more times than I did to do this, because we had a lot of lightning and bad rain, just really bad rain, and lightning, and I'm just kind of afraid of stuff that's plugged in or devices that can be struck. So I try to stay away from that, and had a little health glitch too, but that seems to be better. And yesterday was my regular 6-month trip for the garden hose and 100-watt light bulb treatment. Anybody with cystitis knows what I'm talking about. It was not fun, and it never is fun. But the good news is, and that's what you have to look for, isn't it? The good news, even if it's not good news, you have to look for whatever. It's over with, for one, and they also didn't find any new tumors, so that's great. So now, I always am concerned about Pop whenever anything might be wrong with me, but we're doing good. He's getting along like he's supposed to, I guess. I wish the last video would have worked good, because he made an appearance in here. I didn't hear him coming, or I would have paused it, but it was so cute. He kind of snuck up on me, but he was dressed that time, so that's good. I wanted to thank everybody so much. Subscribers, I just can't get over it. And comments and shout outs. Oh my goodness, that's the sweetest thing. And it just, I scream and cry, and I just can't believe it. But I'm certainly happy about it and pleased. It's just amazing, the reception and that I've had, and how kind everybody is, and it's such a pleasure to hear from everybody. And love to see all y'all's work, and just all the things you're doing. So much beautiful work from everybody. And if I could order online, I would have way too much stuff, and I've got to, it's probably a good thing I can't, but Dixie Darling and I are really good friends, as you know, so I got 2 more things from them the other day too that nobody knows about. And they won't till I have to clean out my stuff. hopefully I'll have some of it done. But you know, realistically, but I'm counting. I'm counting on a little extra time. Um, I was going to mention a few things since Marlene's shout out the other day, and wasn't that just so sweet? Um, and she was talking about, is it half stitch, cross stitch? Did the 20 facts or 20 things you don't know about me, and so I thought, well, maybe I'd do a little bit of that. I don't think it'll be 20 facts, although I'm sure there's a lot of things you don't know about me, and a lot of them you probably wouldn't want to. um, but first of all, I was born in September 1942, so I'm 74 years old, and I was born 9 months after Pearl Harbor. My father was a Seabee, and he was in the Aleutian Islands. I'm not sure if he was gone when I was born or if he left right after. I really am not sure. But my mother went to work at one of the airplane factories in Southern California. And my grandparents and my aunt were living at a base in Victorville, California. It was an Army Air Corps base. Later became an Air Force base, but back then it was Army Air Corps. And my grandmother came to get me when my mother went to work, and my mother's mother and my grandfather, and they took me back up there with them. It was about 100 miles in the desert from LA, and they found a very good Jewish couple with children that took me in to live with them until I was 3. I don't know how close to 4, but I know I was 3. And saw my grandparents from time to time. You know, they'd come and see me and take me on the weekend home or something. And my aunt was also there. She was still living at home, but there was nobody to take care of me, so that's what she did. And it was a very good thing. I mean, it was very good family, and they were very good to me. I'm sure they were. I saw them later on when they came back to the base later on, but I did not really, know them that well, or remember knowing them that well when I was so little. My mother came back to live with us when I was between 3 and 4, and then she married again, and my stepfather was a fire chief. He was civil service, but at that time we could live on bases, so that's what we did. And we moved then. He was transferred then, as well as my uncle was transferred to a place called Muroc Dry Lake, which is near Lancaster and Barstow, and in California, Southern California, still on the desert. And the base was later named Edwards Air Force Base, which has always been a training facility. And when we lived there, I just said the man's name on the other video. He was the test pilot, and Chuck Yeager, and he was the one who broke the sound barrier. Very good movie about his time during that time, and when the people that were, the men that were going to be astronauts were brought to Edwards for training, and I don't think they were picked then, but they might have been, or just, and see how they went through training. But all of that tied in with the fact I thought was very interesting or funny, because, as I told you later on, my husband and I were stationed, well, he was stationed, I was stationed there too, but I wasn't in the service. But anyway, we were stationed at Cape Canaveral when John Glenn made his first flight. So I had the connection when I was growing up of being at the place that they trained in the desert there, and with Chuck Yeager doing the test flights, and the sound barrier, and that was interesting to all of us kids. We had the run of the desert, all of us kids that lived there, and the run of the base. There was really not many places we couldn't go, and even have pictures of a very good friend of mine and myself climbing all over the fire trucks, and that was something to see back in those days too, with our little caps and dresses and our great big old fire trucks. It was interesting, but it was sad too, because we were right there. We could see the flight line from just on the little hill by our houses. We heard all the plane crashes and fire trucks going out, and a lot of them didn't make it, but if you get a chance, there is an old movie about all of that, and it's called, I'll think about it in a minute maybe, but it tells all about that time. And I think I told you also that when that we were transferred to Spokane, Washington, and then a few years later, my husband had been transferred to the same field we were at, the same base we were at in Spokane. And later on, then I met him while he was stationed there. We were not in that field any longer. So, and I was a teenager, and I was in school, and he was stationed at that base. So there's some connections. It's funny how it's funny and it's not, because things are done for a reason and a purpose, and so all of this connection and everything, and here we are meeting each other, and it's been neat. It's been great. I'd like to show you a few things, again. This is, again, when I got cut off before. This is what I was going to show next, and this is the other flag cross stitch that I wanted to show you, and it says, "God bless America," and "The peace of freedom is eternal vigilance," and it's framed in a barnwood frame again, which I really like. I love band samplers, and I've got a few to show you later on too, not today, but later on. But I wanted you to see this also, and it hangs with all the rest of the patriotic things, and it's not all cross stitch on that either, on that wall. It's some things that I picked up at when I was doing craft shows. Some other crafters would be doing some painting or something that I like, so I'd get from them too, and we did a lot of sharing back and forth. We had so much fun. This is a piece out of my sewing craft room, and it's called the stitching room, of course. It's a cute bunny. I'm going to find a place in this house that doesn't have too many. Oh dear, so much glare. I used to make fabric rabbits like this too, and I would dress them and trim them with needlework. Put something in a little hoop, a piece of fabric in a hoop with the needle and thread, and pretend like they were sewing. Put a few little cross stitches in it, so it looked like they really were doing a project. And there's the picture, and there's the magazine. And this is called Cross Country Stitching. And you know, everything I got's old just about. This is September, October 1989. I do have some new things, but it's going to take a while to get to them. This next one is, gotta stop this. This next one is a sampler, and it's from March, April 1991, cross country stitching. Here's the sampler. And it says on there, "Come stitch with me," which I wish every one of you could do. Wouldn't we just have a blast? No stitching probably, but well, what a fun time. You could have some pound cake and tea, coffee. This was so much fun to do. And it would be just as nice or better looking if the colors were changed too. I just love it. I just think it's so cute. And this is Fiddler's Light, the fabric. And I wanted to say something in regards to Fiddler's Cloth. If y'all have seen Allie from Allie Stitching Studio, if you have seen her last video, she did the pixie that she showed, and that was done on Fiddler's Cloth, the regular, not the light, and it just turned out beautiful. I mean, the picture is great anyway, the chart and the cross stitch and the colors and everything, but I would not have thought, if I was looking at that and going to do that, I wouldn't have thought about using Fiddler's Cloth on it, but I love it. It's just perfect. I can't get over that. I just thought the choice was, it turned out so great. And that's a fabric, you know, that I used a lot, and I don't know how much y'all have, but I've always liked it. But that just turned out so good. And she also showed in a video before that a graph that she had from Jeremiah Junction. Don't know if y'all remember them or not, but this cross-country stitching magazine that I've got 25 or 30 over there. But you see on the back here, see right here, it gives the name of the magazine and its affiliation with Jeremiah Junction. I don't know if I don't know how you'd say that went together, but either they own the magazine or I don't know. But anyway, there are charts by themselves, just by Jeremiah Junction, but then the Cross Stitch magazine, Cross Country Stitching, and they have the same types of things, you know, that are in that. So in case this is going to cut off again, I don't know, but I better quit. I know I haven't said everything I wanted to say, and I definitely have not shown everything I wanted to show. But I just wanted to tell y'all I love you. I am so thankful for all my subscribers, everybody, just the kindness and so much fun. It's just wonderful. And we're going to have a lot of a lot to eat tomorrow, and it will be good because they're bringing things I really like, and I don't cook for us very much anymore, and I especially don't cook like that. So, love y'all. You have a good day, and please take care, and God bless. And I'll see you again soon, I hope. Love you. Bye-bye.